is Stewart. I have no idea at this point. I don't see any ambulances here. Just state police, fire rescue, and Bryant right now. Looks like a SUV may have just run off the road. I don't see any damage, but I can't see the front. And then the boat is literally sitting on the pavement of the interstate. I'm gonna try to get a little closer here in just a minute. Tow truck just showed up. Be interesting to see how they get this boat off the interstate. Doesn't really seem to be slowing traffic a whole bunch, but it is almost midnight, so. Sorry if your feed goes a little blurry. These flashing lights mess with the camera a little bit. Bear with me, I'm gonna try to walk just a little closer. It looks as if everybody's okay. No one seems to be in a real panic to get anybody out of any vehicle. The little trailblazer or whatever that is may have been pulling this boat, but I don't even see a trailer or anything. It's odd. But and I apologize, there's an ambulance here. Couldn't really tell with the flashing lights, but I don't see anybody. Miss Harrison, at this point, not real sure, other than there is a boat sitting in the slow lane of eastbound Interstate 30. So white trailblazer and some kind of boat. You're welcome. I'm also taking pictures. Hopefully this will give you a little better image of what we're dealing with here, and of course it doesn't look like it's going to. There you go, a little bit better. Roger, not at this point. I mean, obviously I'm a ways back from this, but other than there's a boat in the middle of the interstate, not in the middle of the interstate, but definitely in the slow lane. So they're using one lane of traffic, but it doesn't seem to be hindering traffic too much, but there's not a whole bunch right now, so. sir.
Back up and stop the road just a little bit.
Sure.
Hitting this line right here because they avoiding that. I don't want
No
you to
problem.
get hit.
Well, is it okay? Do you mind if I just walk down this way?
I appreciate if you stay as far back as possible, but if you want to, I want you to keep you off the road. Don't get too close.
Thank you. Gotcha.
So I'm okay with this. Seeing they're already coming at the line because this car. You're good. You're fine. For this, fine. I don't want you to get hit.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Forgive me if it gets a little shaky. I'm walking on a hill here, so. Ought to get interesting watching them try to get a boat off the interstate. I don't know that I've ever seen this. Likely won't have any info tonight. State police is working it, and it takes a little bit to get info, but hopefully I'll have some on our website, slingcourier.com, in the morning, hopefully by at least noon tomorrow. Liz Chapman at State Police does a pretty good job of getting info, so I will try to bring you all as much info as I can whenever I get it. To give you a little perspective, if someone's having trouble where we're at, I'm literally in front of Family Church. So that's where we're at. It's right in front of the TNT complex. As soon as you get to the interstate, more tow trucks just showing up at the moment. So we'll stay live until they figure out what they're going to do with this boat. Yes, there's a boat on the interstate. Not quite sure how it got there. Trailblazer does look to have some damage to the front end, but from my viewpoint here, I don't see any other vehicles involved, but I don't know how that Trailblazer could pull that boat, and there's no trailer anywhere that I can tell, but we shall wait and see. And if you're commenting and I'm not answering your questions, it's because I can't see your comments. And we're fixing to be blocked by an 18-wheeler because fire department stopping traffic here, I'm assuming, so the tow truck can load this Trailblazer. Oh, you're welcome. Here in just a minute, let this tow truck get out of the way. Try to get on the other side of this fence and walk down the fence row if police officers will allow me. I should be able to get pretty close. May give a little better angle for people wanting to see. Again, doesn't seem to be any injuries at this time unless somebody was already in the ambulance, but there didn't seem to be a rush to get out of here, and it left without any lights on. So if you're just coming in, there is a boat of some kind in the slow lane of Interstate 30 eastbound, right in front of TNT building, Family Church, just into Bryant, right past Spring Hill Bridge. The lights mess with the camera pretty bad, so that's why it keeps going in and out of focus. If I can get it to focus on, which it doesn't really want to, but that's a little better. You can see it's a white Trailblazer and literally a boat. Yeah, Trailblazer does have some front end damage. Could be from striking the ravine there as it went off the interstate, but that's just speculation. I cannot tell, and no one has given me any info. Traffic's fixing to move out of here, and you'll be able to see any progress being made, which is not much at this time. Miss Nelson, I mean, I can't confirm or deny if anybody was hurt, but from my viewpoint, I've been here for about 15-20 minutes, maybe longer. I haven't seen anybody that looked to be hurt, and an ambulance just left about 5 minutes ago with no lights on. Doesn't mean there wasn't somebody in the back getting treated, but you're welcome. Try to slip back up this hill just a little bit, give you a little better angle. There you go, you can see the boat there. Tow truck, that's a tow truck in front of it. They're fixing to try to load this thing up. It's a pretty massive boat. idea. I have not seen a trailer or anything. I mean, they may have towed out another vehicle before I got here, but all I've seen is that Trailblazer that is right in front of the fire truck. You can't see it there, but the Trailblazer was in the ravine. Some of these folks are flying down this service road. Again, I apologize if your feed is trying to focus. These lights play games with the camera. Rachel, you know where Family Church is? Directly in front of it. Eastbound. Headed toward Little Rock, directly in front of the TNT building. If you don't know much about that area, Luigi's Italian restaurant's right across the street on the other side. You're welcome. I've written about a number of accidents on the interstate in my 6 years with the Courier. I don't know that I've ever seen a boat in the middle of the interstate. Howard, I'll try. These lights don't like the camera, so I may be able to give you a better viewpoint. I wouldn't even know how to guesstimate about how big. Here, I'll show a picture of it on my camera in just a second. That's the boat. They're trying to load it up. This is on my camera, obviously. But I'd say this one's 20 feet or so, maybe a little bigger. No problem. Jason, have no idea. The only other vehicle that was here that I can see, now there may be another one on up, but the only one that I can see is a white Trailblazer was in the ravine there where the boat is, and it may have just run off the road and, you know, in an attempt to not run into the back of the boat. Looks like there could be another vehicle on up, but I can't make it out, and you won't be able to see it on the feed here due to all the lights. But no, they're not slowing down, but there's not many of them. I'm about probably 15 feet off the road. So I'll stay live here until they roll out with this boat and see if there's any other vehicles, but I do not see any. Could be blocked by the fire truck and rescue vehicle here, but yeah, it's been a busy week, in Sling County for sure. A busy couple weeks. Yeah, Mr. Howard, I mean, it could be interesting. Just sheer fact of how it got there. Luckily, it was in the slow lane, middle lane, though it was probably 11 o'clock or so, not much traffic. Melissa, the only vehicle other than the boat that I know is a white Trailblazer. Doesn't look to be involved as far as towing the boat, because the boat is huge. But to me, it just looked like the Trailblazer may have ran off the road in an attempt to avoid the boat and had some front end damage. But you know, that's just from my viewpoint. I have not spoke with a police officer of any kind. Yes, the interstate's been open the entire time. It happened in the slow lane, eastbound 30. They used the fast lane, kept it open. I mean, you can see that white truck there is flying. But it really never hindered the traffic. It never stopped at any point on the interstate. Frontage road stopped a little bit ago, just so they could get this tow truck out of the ravine with the Trailblazer. You're welcome. Again, I know people want to know what happened, just as I want to know as well, but with it being state police, it could take a little bit to get some facts. But as soon as I finalize this video, I will send a text to the trooper and, you know, the public information trooper, and hopefully get something back from her. She's really good, so. It's definitely not attached to the trailer. It's on the back of a tow truck right now, and it was pavement to boat. There was no trailer whenever they put that thing on the truck there. Literally sitting in the lane. But there's so many lights still. I can't tell what is in front of the tow truck, if it's some kind of trailer or other vehicle or something like that. Hopefully they roll out with all these emergency vehicles here shortly and we can tell. Angela doesn't look to be any injuries. There was an ambulance on site, but it left without any lights on, no sirens or anything, and it was here for a while, so. I mean, believe it or not, it doesn't look that damaged. Here comes Lucky's here, tow service. So that'll be the third tow truck. They've already got the boat on, or partially on anyway. But the boat doesn't look damaged. Of course, you can't see the belly of it, but it doesn't seem to have flipped or anything. There's no debris trail. Yeah, I can't imagine being the car behind it, which I just assuming that it was the white Trailblazer that they have pulled out of the ravine. Had some front end damage. It's on the back of the tow truck now. You really can't see it from here, but yeah, it couldn't have been, whoever was pulling it couldn't have been going that fast, because the boat never turned. It didn't look to have turned sideways at all. It was just straight on with traffic, like it was on the back of a trailer. But there was no trailer underneath that boat whenever they pulled it up onto that tow truck. I'm not even 100% looking at it right now that they have it up on the tow truck completely. That's a long boat. I'm thinking 20 plus feet anyway. For those of y'all coming in, I'll try to show this picture again, give you a little better viewpoint on what we were dealing with here. Of course, it never wants to focus. There you go, it's focused a little bit. That's before they were just loading it up on the truck then. It was in the slow lane, totally taking up the slow lane. They did shut down 2 lanes of the interstate, but you know, the fast lane stayed open. Traffic's been moving smoothly the entire time, surprisingly. I've still got a Bryan officer back here behind me, keeping, you know, hopefully to alert traffic to slow down. I'll try to catch up with somebody before I leave here to try to get any bit of information, but a lot easier said than done, especially at midnight. Yeah, there looks to be another vehicle in front of the tow truck. That could, but I don't have a good enough view of it to be able to tell you if it's damaged or still has the trailer attached or what. It's eastbound, and I'm horrible with my exit numbers, but I can tell you, if you know where Family Church is, it's just past Spring Hill exit, eastbound, Spring Hill exit, and before the Bryan exit, Reynolds Road exit before that. But it's directly in front of the TNT Youth Complex here at Family Church. There's a fence here that runs the entire length that I would like to get on the other side of, but the nice Bryan officer behind me did ask me to hang back as far as I could, so probably won't test that. But hopefully we can see. Yeah, I see what looks like a trailer possibly on the back of a vehicle in front of that tow truck. So these emergency vehicles get out of here sometime in the next few minutes. We may be able to see what's going on. But a tie down come loose, or a hook broke, or something, obviously. Hit a big bump, which I just traveled that part of the interstate earlier. I didn't hit any potholes or anything. Now we're starting to get a little traffic. We've got a group of firefighters and then what looks like an individual in some plain clothes, like shorts and a t-shirt. Could be the owner. I don't know. Again, speculation on that part, but not quite sure if they can get that boat up on that tow truck or not. Like I said, it's 20 plus feet long and a good sized boat. Yeah, we jumped up and people watching the video, if you're just coming in, had a boat in the center of the slow lane of Interstate 30, right past the Spring Hill exit bridge, just before the Bryant Bridge, directly in front of Family Church. Kind of give you a little perspective. But there was a large boat taking up the slow lane. Authorities shut down 2 lanes and left the outside lane open, and it never hindered traffic. For sure, a white Trailblazer involved in some capacity. Front end damage. Looks to me, and I'm just a spectator at this point, looks to me ran off the interstate to avoid a collision with the boat. did suffer some front end damage. Oh, no problem, Mr. Donnie. I appreciate you taking the time to watch it, especially this late. I know we'd all probably like to be in bed at this time, unless you're working, and then I'm sorry. Miss Janice, you know where Family Church is in Bryant, just past Spring Hill Bridge. There's your TNT Youth Building, directly in front of it, eastbound 30. Just before the Bryant exit and just past the Spring Hill Bridge. No, Arkansas. Bryant, Arkansas. Central Arkansas, just about as dead central as you can get. Sorry for that shakiness. I'm standing in grass, and after all that rain today, the mosquitoes are definitely alive. Mr. Raymond, it's unknown at this time, other than it's obvious a boat somehow come off a trailer or some kind of, I mean, we're not even positive there's a trailer here because we can't see one. Could be in front of all these emergency vehicles, but nonetheless there was a rather large boat blocking the slow lane of Interstate 30. Authorities shut off 2 lanes, left the outside fast lane open, and it never hindered traffic. Slowed it down just a little bit with people looking, but not much traffic anyway. And the only other vehicle I know to be involved for sure is a white Trailblazer, but it looks like it may have just left the interstate to avoid a collision with the back of the boat. Did sustain some front end damage, but didn't look to have flipped. The boat, I mean, the boat doesn't look harmed at all, but I'm a ways back. I'm probably 80, 90 yards back. But Miss Chipman, I have no idea. There was an ambulance here, but no one seemed to be in a panic or a rush to help anyone. So I do not believe anybody was injured. It left without any lights or sirens on. Again, if you're just coming in, we're right in front of the TNT Complex Family Church, eastbound Interstate 30. I'm actually on the service road. I mean, I guess anything's possible, Mr. Donnie, but I mean, whenever I say the boat's big, it's not a cruise liner, you know. I mean, I don't think you need an escort for it. I mean, I believe my truck could pull it. I don't believe the Trailblazer could pull it. It's probably 25 foot, maybe, in length, and it's a tall one. I'm not a boat person other than duck hunting or fishing, so I can't really tell you what kind of boat is involved. It's not a, I mean, it's not like a big ski boat. It's just a really big boat at this point. Yeah, here's another tow truck, which he may just be passing through, but yeah, he's just passing through. Looks as if they don't know exactly how they're gonna get this boat out of here. There you go, David, cabin cruiser. Yeah, it looks to have, you know, a cabin down below, probably with a bed and a table or something. As you should, Mr. Howard, but you know, we all know things happen. You know, it could be a much deeper story than what is presented here, but I mean, Miss Nickel, there was a boat in the, sorry, I was watching that other truck on the westbound side flying. Police officer of some kind. There was a boat in the middle of the slow lane of Interstate 30 eastbound here by Family Church in Bryant, right past Spring Hill Bridge. I have no idea how it got there other than obviously come off a trailer of some kind. But there's no, we can't see a trailer from my viewpoint. Doesn't look as if anybody was injured. There's a white Trailblazer involved. It's on the back of the tow truck now. Looks to have just left the interstate in an attempt to get away from the boat, but that's just me assuming at this point. I have not spoke to an officer or firefighter or anybody at the yet. State police will probably have this. I don't know if the camera shows it, but if you look in the grass right there, there are some tread marks and deep ruts. We did get a lot of rain. Very well, whatever was pulling could have got in those tread marks and lost it coming out. I don't know. But as soon as I'm able to talk to an officer, it may not be until tomorrow because it is midnight or later. It's 12:09, so I will have to talk to state police, and I will have something on our website at SalineCourier.com. Also will be posted to a link will be posted to our Facebook page as soon as I get some info, and I'll upload a better picture too that you can, I know this feed is kind of hard to really tell, but I'll upload a clear photo that you can see the boat was literally on pavement on 30. Oh, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. No problem. Dakota, I'm sorry, you asked something earlier, I just remember, but I think I may have answered it. John, not real sure what happened other than someone lost a rather large boat. I'm saying probably 20, 25 feet in length on the interstate. And at least one other vehicle involved other than the boat, a white Trailblazer. Looks to have just left the interstate to avoid an even worse accident. But it doesn't seem that anybody's injured. I cannot confirm that. I have not spoke to an officer of any kind. But there was an ambulance here that left, you know, just at normal speed, no lights on, no sirens. It was here for a while. But other than that, that's what I know. I know what you can literally see, which there was a boat in the slow lane of Interstate 30. There is an officer reversing down the service road here, so he may be coming to talk to me. I am in plain clothes. You'd never know I work for the newspaper, but I do have a camera with me. We shall see. I can go up there? Cool, I'll go up there. I appreciate it. Will do. Thanks, sir. Heck yeah. We're going to get a little closer. Maybe we can see what was pulling this thing. Donnie, text Howard and tell him to get back on here. Forgive me for the shakiness. I'm in sandals and walking on a side of a hill. But I do have permission to get up here now. We'll get an even better look and see what's going on. Again, there's TNT complex. Fixing to walk right in front of it. Right here on eastbound Interstate 30, where there was a large 20-foot or so long boat in the slow lane of Interstate 30. Not sure quite how it got there. They don't even have it up on the tow truck right now. But we did just receive permission from Brian Officer to come up here, so let's see what we can find. Looks like we're gonna have an SUV with a boat trailer that was pulling this thing. Somehow lost it, not quite sure how. Staying out of the way. Be able to see the boat really good here. There it is. Zoom in a little bit. Rather large boat. Here's that Trailblazer I was telling you about. Oh, I got you, William. Cool deal. I knew that's what it looked like. The boat definitely looks bigger than the truck. Going around so we can see. Alright, it looks to be a blue Chevy or GMC. GMC, I guess. Yep. With a boat trailer. Rather small boat trailer in my opinion, but I'm not a boat guy. Not that it's ironic. There is a whole yard full of boats right here, directly in behind where all this happened. So but see if I can get to the front of the boat. See if we can tell a little bit better if there's any damage sustained to the boat itself. I mean, it doesn't look Doesn't look that harmed. That's a huge boat though, somebody's upset. I mean, that may be the case. Just to me, just my personal opinion, the trailer looks a bit small for this boat. Not sure where he's coming from. It's Arkansas plates, so I mean, he's at least in his home state. William, any idea about how long the truck, not length, but time-wise? Maybe it's pulling up now, I think. Oh, I'm far enough off the road. I'm a bit zoomed in on my camera here, so that's why traffic looks a lot closer to me. I'm actually going to walk up a little bit more and get a shot back from the front of the boat. Again, I'm not kidding. There's a boat yard, literally. It's Arkansas Marine, right here where it happened. Give me a minute while I fix this camera. Oh, I got you. Oh yeah. Now see, that trailer's big enough. Plenty big enough there. I'm gonna step back a little bit. We got an officer here. That was a bad storm, at least for that rain. We were headed to Pulaski County as soon as it hit, and it was a bit scary. I was doing 36 miles an hour on the service road and passing vehicles that were on the interstate. So we were not moving very fast at all. Going back to this boat trailer, I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to look like, but it looks like it could have some damage. I don't see any, try not to get any people in it, you know, any people that may be involved, but looks like it could be bent up front there. Surely not supposed to look like that. We got a cop car flying up on us with its lights on, sirens going. Crazy Friday night. I mean, I got to the Benton Bryant line, and that's when it really started coming down, and it was a good 20-25 minutes. So Mary Beth, I don't believe so. I can't tell though, because it's rather dark, but the truck's moving now. So yeah, that trailer's got some bad damage. Not sure exactly what happened, but there are some deep ruts on back where I was originally standing. Could be caused. They could have already been there. I have not spoke to a trooper, which I plan to do. There's one right over here that I may be able to get some info from. We'll see. Thank y'all for hanging in there. I don't know how long we've been on. Yeah, I agree, Howard. That trailer looks a bit small. I mean, that boat's big. Obviously not the flatbed. That sucker's huge. I've also been covered a lot of things with a lot of tow trucks. I've never seen this one. Nancy, I'm not gonna pan over there with the camera because the owners of the boat and the truck are outside of their truck right now, and I don't want to put them out there like that. But there is a boat on the side of Interstate 30 here in Bryant eastbound that a little bit ago was in the middle of the slow lane. Somehow got off of a trailer that we've just learned a few minutes ago is pretty heavily damaged. Don't know how it became damaged other than it looks a bit small to be carrying a boat of this size, which is probably, and Howard or Donnie may be able to tell you better, but it looks 20, 25 foot to me. It's a large boat. Other than that, that's all I know. The truck doesn't seem to have any damage to it. Miss Russell, we are just past Spring Hill Bridge, right in front of TNT Youth Building, a family church. Yeah, it's just a severely oversized tow truck here. They ought to get this thing up and going pretty quick. I hate whenever I think I know an officer's name, but I'm too much of a chicken to yell it. Pretty sure I know the trooper, but I'll try to get him before I leave. We're in Arkansas, Miss Russell. This has been shared quite a few times, so I'm actually going to cross the street. See if we can find something out.
I don't agree with that. I want somebody running to go.
Will do. Give me a second, y'all. Gotta put on this police vest. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm putting on a vest. I'm gonna put you down for just a second. Keep your footage out of the way. Any idea what happened?
Yeah, it ain't my position to talk.
I got you. Thanks, sir.
No problem.
All right, we're back. Bryant PD couldn't tell me. Obviously, it's not their case, but Let's hope not. Luckily here, being 11 o'clock or so when it happened, no heavy traffic, and they kept the interstate open the whole time, shut down 2 lanes, but it still slowed rather nicely, I guess. Still going. I mean, they're almost speed limit now. I've been with the newspaper for 6 years. I've never been allowed to put on a police vest and stand right there with them. So kudos to Bryant Police Department for that, for sure. At least run the weekend. I don't know if the strap broke. I mean, that trailer's damaged pretty heavily. I agree, Donnie. These people don't even care on the side of the road. I've seen people slow down better than this for somebody just getting pulled over. That's what we like. Now, if only we could turn them into subscribers, that'd make it even better. Yeah, Miss Karen, that's what I was thinking. I was at 100% whenever we showed up, and I'm at 43%. We've been out here an hour, so shouldn't be much longer. The owner is behind me. He's still on the side of the interstate with his truck. Oh, there they go. Moving the... About to drag it up on there. Thank you. Not very often you get a tow truck guy on your feed to give you information that you don't know, so appreciate that, William. glad I was able to get y'all closer up here. We were about 80 yards back. But nice officer from Bryant PD allowed us to walk up here just in time. So again, kudos to Bryant Police Department. They always do a really good job. Same with Benton. Benton does a really good job as well. Sling County. So we're definitely fortunate here in Sling County to have good authorities. So. Definitely, Donnie, maybe not at 12:30 in the morning, but I deal with the police quite a bit, so they'll definitely be repaid. I've got to look like a moron to the police officers that don't know who I am. Shorts, t-shirt, and sandals on the side of the interstate. Oh, definitely, Mr. Howard. I know a great many of them, so they do a really good job. Though Brian always seems to stay quiet for the most part, so I guess that's good for the officers. Yeah, William, I don't think the other truck, I don't think it would have worked. No, Lori Beth, the owner is behind me about 40 yards. They were outside of the vehicle is why I did not pan over there. It's a blue extended cab GMC, older model, with a trailer that, in my opinion, didn't look big enough to be carrying a boat this size, but I do not know that. So, but no, the owners are here. They somehow lost the boat. And it's not like they made it a half a mile down the road before they realized it. I mean, they were directly in front of it. Then there's a Trailblazer on, that's a Wrecker right there in front of me. Trailblazer, a white Trailblazer on the back of that. It looks like maybe it just left the interstate to avoid a collision and sustained some front end damage, hitting that ravine, I assume. Again, have not spoke to a trooper about it. State police will have this, so, which there's a trooper behind me that I hope to talk to. The boat is off the ground, so that's a good thing. Great job by Lucky here. So that's another thing. If you're not from Saline County, or if you are from Saline County, you know our record services are pretty good too. There's a great many of them too, and Lucky being one, very good. Wise and Newcomb and Jones record has been around for many years, so yeah, they see some crazy things. Not quite sure how many times they've seen a boat in the interstate though. Not quite, Nancy. It did come a downpour for about 30 minutes earlier, and it was pretty hard to maneuver in. Like I said earlier, I was doing 36 miles an hour on the service road, going faster than cars that were on the interstate. William, are they going to leave that thing on the back for weight purposes, or? Sure thing, no problem. Makes sense. How many boats you ever dropped off in your yard? Deborah, I don't know if you're familiar with Saline County, Arkansas, but we're just past Spring Hill Bridge, eastbound Interstate 30 in Bryant, right in front of Family Church. We can be better than Dateline sometimes. I'm just glad no one seems to be injured or anything. Those are the ones that you hope you never have to do. Bryant, Arkansas, Miss Deborah. There goes that Trailblazer that I've been talking about since it showed up. pretty bad front end damage there. Again, I'm not saying nobody was injured, but I didn't see anybody. Hey, thanks, Howard. Don't give me the line on anything like that. I have no idea. No. William, there's so many, as you know. I'm sure I left a few off. First recovery's one. Miss Jamie, I have not spoke to a trooper. I've been here the entire time. I have no clue. The back of the boat didn't seem to have any damage, in my opinion, but I mean, I don't know. The Trailblazer was in this ravine. So I do not know. You're welcome. Definitely is. I mean, especially if the owners are headed to vacation or something like that. That's horrible. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Well, you definitely don't want to go a mile down the road and have to do it all over again. I definitely don't want you to do that. Well, you may know, I'm assuming this water that's pouring out is coming from the boat. And maybe may have been headed on the way home, I don't know. Miss Susan, don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a boat person. I can't say either way if the trailer was inadequate or not. I can just tell you the boat is pretty substantially large compared to the trailer that it was on. Bryant, Arkansas. We're trucking at 26% right now. We started at 100% battery life and we're at 26 right now, so. Probably fixing to roll out. Whether I get to talk to this trooper or not is iffy. We don't know. He's a lot closer to his car than I am to him. By far the longest accident I've ever worked. Or ever stayed for, I guess. the owner's gone now and show you the trailer. Heavy damage to the trailer for sure. You really can't make it out. These flashing lights kill it, but it's from the back, so it looks much shorter than what it is. But the front is where all the damage is. The front neck of it is bent pretty bad. Just loading it up here. I'll leave it on the trailer for a minute. I can't see any damage to the boat. Obviously, there's going to be some because it had to glide on the interstate for a minute, and they've loaded it up on the tow truck here, so there's going to be some damage. Pretty high-tech truck you got here, William. appreciate y'all hanging in there for the hour plus that we've been here. Good job. Lucky's towing for sure, getting this thing off the interstate, getting everybody out of here. I'm gonna see if I can get some information. I'll post it to our website, Facebook page, everything. But good night.